Well, because I was having obviously a bad hair day and an unshaven face day and a day kind of in between time. So it just feels like there's no time today, which doesn't mean I'm lacking time or that I have too much time, but we're moving from we're moving for the month of the planetary tone um, to the spectral tone. So that occurs in 2 days. Um, we move from the 10th tone, which is about perfecting, producing, manifesting, to the 11th, and these are lunar tones, which make up the 13 months. And the 11th is the spectral tone, which is about dissolving, releasing, and liberating. So today I made, instead of making videos, which are consuming of time, and seeing that today is a day without time, so there's no time to be consumed. And then I just wrote both a post on the tarot cards that I read, which were a whole lot better than the tarot cards that I read yesterday. I mean, they were great yesterday. They were just very uncomfortable for me because they were just pointing out some changes that I hadn't quite fully made. So I'm in the process of making those changes, and today was kind of, well, you'll have to read it if you want to know what it said. I guess I could read it to you, but that would be very complicated, so I'm not going to bother. But anyway, there are two posts that I made, one on the tarot cards that I drew, and one on a long post, but it's much shorter when you're reading it. Like if I make a long post on whatever, it can go on for 36 minutes, and people look at that and like the the post I made on the tarot reading like 2 days ago, there were like 333 views on that tarot reading, and the tarot reading I made yesterday was, I don't know, there's like 8 views or something, and not that it matters to me. What I like is that if I have one person or even two people who actually listen to it and then make insightful comments, like this one I like very much. Well, you were going to mention a quote by Young, and you didn't do it. What was that quote you were going to mention? that this other person paid attention. They talked about, the cord dropping off, and you were going to make a quote, but then you didn't make the quote, which is kind of like oftentimes the way it is, and maybe the quote will be made the next time. But anyway, I wrote a quote that I had, that I'd written down that seemed really valuable to me about the loss in this world of a consciousness of the soul, the loss of the ability for the religious communities, the intellectual communities, and the science communities to even have any kind of communication, dialogue about the soul. So when it's not like we're going to lose our soul that I know of, but it's like when you relegate to things to the past and they're not carried forward, then that past is lost in a way on some levels. So I feel like we're giving up our traumas of the past. We're giving up our stored emotional energies related to events of the past. And it could be the far past, could be the recent past, it could be our childhood, it could be the things that trigger us, where we have emotions stored that haven't been released. This is a time to release those stored emotions and come into a place of liberation within ourselves. So there was so much good information. I'll just tell you, there's so much good information, I feel, that came from the 2 videos that I did yesterday. And whether you watch them or not, that's up to you. But I just feel like the information was really streaming through. And it may be too much for most people. It may be too much for more than 8 or 10 people. But if it's just right for 8 or 10 people, I think there was 8 people to watch one video and 5 of them hit the like button. Now, usually for every 10 people that watch a video, there's 1 person that hits the like button. Lately, it's been, and this is analytics. This is what YouTube keeps track of. you know, how many, minutes that they actually watched of your 36-minute video. And who really, and I'll just tell you the truth, I must have a lot of time and space on my hands and feet, but I oftentimes will watch my videos 3 times, or I'll listen to them while I'm making them, and then I'll watch them before I, as I'm uploading them to YouTube, and then I'll oftentimes watch them once again, maybe another time again, because I'm getting all this information. So I feel like I'm just speaking, but of course, when I'm just speaking to myself, it's almost like my unconscious is speaking to my conscious, and my conscious doesn't get it until it hears it again and again, and it goes, "Oh, I get it." So that may happen for you, and I'm not suggesting you watch a 36-minute monologue by me 3 or 4 times. That's just what I do because I want to get what's coming through these videos. There's something coming through. I want to get it. And so this is just a little vignette to encourage you to watch those videos from yesterday and to also read those 2 posts that I wrote today about the Mayan calendar, in case you like to follow the Mayan calendar and the tarot readings there as posts. Okay, that's it. Now let's go. And personally, I'm glad this month is almost over. I'm ready for the month of liberation. Okay, later.